Hello, Patriots. This is the conclusion from the last three parts I've done. These the this is what each of the margins mean. So D and R. Um, the last three parts are not a required watch, but if you wanna find out the rationale, then you can check out those videos. Anyways, um, let's get into it. First day up, since we're doing this in alphabetical order, is New Jersey. We're starting off from the 2002 Senate election and going up to the modern day one just to see on of how the state's changed. So right here we have a pretty good margin for the Democrats, an even better margin for the Democrats. Pretty good margin for the Democrats. Really good margin for the Democrats. Great margin for the Democrats. I think the lowest margin we saw here was like 9.8. We want to look at predictions. Solid D, safety, solid D, safety, solid D, likely D. Yeah, I think I would agree. I cannot see New Jersey as anything other than a safe Democratic margin. And New Jersey is just a pretty Democratic state on the federal level. Last voted Republican in 1988. I believe the last voted to the right of the nation 1992. Okay, New Mexico. Pretty Democratic state, but ooh, that's a big manly margin for the Republicans. And the margin's damn nearly flipped, holy. Now that's a big manly margin for the Democrats, sheesh. Very good margin again. Oh. And somewhat close, but I mean, like, 6% isn't too close, but I mean, compared to what we have seen, this is a close margin. Options, solid D, safety, solid D, safety, solid D, likely D. Judging by the switch up in 2020, I'm going to go with the likely D margin for New Mexico. Trying to remember if I closed it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I have a lot of tabs open. Next up is North Carolina, my home state. Also be the first election I can vote in. It's a pretty competitive swing state, but tends to have a favor towards the Republicans. Tends to. Oh, I forgot I like to make this full screen. Elizabeth Dole, if you know of Bob Dole, she's the wife to him. Bob Dole was the 1976 Republican vice presidential nominee and the 1996 presidential or Republican presidential nominee. That's a fun fact for you. So yeah, pretty good margin, 9%, especially in a competitive state. And got flipped. Roughly an 8% margin. Pretty good. Ooh, a very close margin, 1%. And next up, still a pretty close margin, about 2%. Yep, these are gonna be the nominees now. I am in favor with the most of the predictions that this is easily the most guaranteed state to flip. That's because Whatley, I don't think he's really known for like anything. He's the chair of the Republican National Committee. It's really all he has going for him. Whereas Roy Cooper, he's the former governor and former attorney general. And given that I suspect 2026 will be quite democratic, yeah, I'd say Whatley has damn near no chance of winning. I'd say this is a lean D flip. You ask me, oh, who am I gonna vote for? Where is it? There is. Yeah, probably Cooper. Next up, Ohio. Ohio is a pretty competitive one. We'll admit. Um, do just want to mention, I did say that, for like each state we'd be starting off with 2002. There's two exceptions, Florida and Ohio. The reason is because they're having special elections, because their because the senator elected got appointed to places and the administration. Because for Florida, it was Marco Rubio who was appointed Secretary of State. Then Ohio, it was J.D. Vance who was appointed Vice President. So just wanted to mention that. So for this, we'll be starting off with 2004. And we'll also be looking at the other Senate seat because I think it's important. Alrighty. First up, we got George Voinovich pulling off a very manly margin, carrying every county. This remains the last Ohio statewide election to date in which a candidate won every county in the state. Quite impressive. Next up, still a pretty good margin. I mean, like, that's 17% margin. It's pretty darn good. Next up, damn, a fucking even better margin. Damn. Yeah, I mean, like, that's a great margin, you know, that's... Oh, that's about 21%. At first, I thought it was about 19, but I got those confused. Next up, a solid margin, but considering that 22 was pretty red, about like a... Wait, so you gained 9%. You lost about 5%. Damn. So about like a 14% shift? That's not particularly good. 126 special. We have John versus Sherrod. And I do just want to mention, I don't know if it's just me, but every time I've seen Sherrod, he looks just like Bush, bro. The Bush. You seeing them? They fucking look way too similar. Anyways, that's not important. Maybe it is important. I don't know. Okay. So this is what's important. Sherrod Brown, he was a former senator. He was. Pretty good margin. Decent margin. I think an ever so slightly improved margin. But he did lose here. So for this, I'm kind of conflicted. Do I think he could flip it back? I don't know. General election. Shit, it's thunder outside. I swear if my power goes out, I'm gonna crash out. Predictions, tilt R, tilt D, toss up, toss up, toss up. But the tilt R was from a while ago, and the tilt D was pretty recent. What's he done? Oh, he's the current senator. Oh yeah, he must have resumed office after Vance took up the vice presidency. Okay, can really see this going either way. Just because I think overall 2026 is gonna be fairly blue. And Brown did do pretty well across his terms. He just didn't do particularly well in the most recent one. I think it'd be a tilt D flip. Alrighty. Oklahoma, a very Republican state. Ever since 2004 in presidential elections, every county's voted Republican. Just quite impressive. Alrighty, 21% margin, pretty darn good. Or 20.99% margin if we want to be more technical. Then another very good margin, about 17%. Roughly a 40% margin. It's a great performance. And then roughly another 40%. No, roughly a 30% margin. Another great performance. And that will have been roughly like a 26% margin. Pretty good performance, but he did lose a county, bro. I can't fucking load this guy. And we have Kevin running. We don't know who's gonna be the other one. Yeah. I think going anything other than safe far is just silly for Oklahoma. Alrighty. Next up, Oregon. Pretty Democratic state. However, you would not know that by looking at this election. The only county this guy, Bill won was Multnomah, which is the county of Portland. So it's the most populated county. Just funny because it's a very tiny county. Alrighty. Jeff flipped it. Won it by 3%. Pretty close, but what? I mean, like, that's a noticeable flip, man. So, not bad. And damn, like a 19% margin. Pretty darn good. And about a 17% margin. Pretty good. Is he running a gun or no? Yeah, he's running a gun. Yeah. I get that. I don't have any reason to believe that it would shift. Because, like, this is a safety. I have no reason to believe that it would shift to, like, a likely D. So, probably just safety. Oh, it's the only one out of the West Coast to, have a 2026 Senate election. Damn. None of these states do. That's interesting. Alrighty. Next up, Rhode Island. Like, pretty much all of New England state, like, pretty much every New England state's very Democratic. First up, we got this incredible margin. This is one of the best margins we've ever seen. Let's look at the municipality. He won every municipality, bro. Damn. Alrighty. A drop off, but it's still an absolute blowout. Still winning every municipality. 2014. Another drop off. Still winning every municipality. 2020. Still winning every county. But he lost some. But he did lose some municipalities. He lost 4. He was so close to getting 6-7% of the vote, bruh. He has continually done worse. But the thing is, his worst performance so far is a 33% margin, over double what's needed for safety. And he's running for re-election. This fucking old ass guy. Damn, 49. To be fair, he's slightly younger than our current president. Slightly. So, in a way, he's like, I was about to call him like a fresh flower. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, I think going anything other than a safety margin is silly. I'm hoping this time he wins 67% of the vote, because that would be funny. Not just like New England, all Democratic, but they do vary, because Massachusetts and Rhode Island, very Democratic. New Hampshire, very darn Democratic, but Maine, slightly Democratic, but it's been quite Republican recently. Yeah, I do believe that's it. Yep, just 7 states left. Wyoming, South Dakota, Texas, South Carolina, Tennessee, and the Virginias. Alrighty. Sorry for once again gonna be uploading this so late. I don't know why I procrastinate, because I do enjoy doing this. I'm scared about that thunderstorm outside though, so I'll probably wrap up this recording. So yeah, these are my current predictions. Part 5 will be uploaded exactly a week from now on the 29th. So hopefully y'all look forward to that. And toodles.